Good morning, everybody. We had a nasty storm roll through last night, so we're kind of just looking this morning to see the damage. Not too bad. Some debris in the pool. Up by the house, it looks like it's fairly okay. We've got some branches that fell off. Trees or blew off. There's actually some of these branches which are from the trees up front in the back of the house. So I knew it blew a lot. There's also some of the kids' toys back there. So it blew hard last night. That's the biggest branch we've lost. There's branches down. So that's the biggest branch we've lost off of that tree. It looks like we lost several last night. And there's some up on the roof too. So this is a pretty old tree. But apparently we lost a lot of branches there. This morning looks like it's going to be mostly clean up. I actually came out before kids were ready because I could see this from the kitchen window. My cages shifted. Looks like the peppers got leaned over. They're not broke off though, so that's good. Apparently need to get better anchors in here for this. There. Oops. Oh, come here. Okay. Oh, and I need to reattach that. Don't touch my coffee, cat. This cage is supposed to be over by the kale. And I thought the net is nowhere to be found. So this could be entertaining. Looks like I need to repair netting here on the hot peppers. But yeah, I saw these and I was like, oh, I better get those put back. Looks like we leaned a whole bunch of peppers over, even the ones that didn't get run over by the cage. And these were kind of sort of anchored just off of they were anchored where the net was tacked into the ground. So yeah, not anymore. Apparently when the wind blows about 90 miles an hour, it does not matter. Ooh, we lost pears, it looks like. Looks like the chickens have already found the kale. So those they had taken off earlier. There was stuff growing there. Looks like they've already found it. So not as big a priority to get this back on because it's already damaged. They've already eaten them. Uh-oh. Looks like we lost branches off our pear tree. There's pears everywhere on the ground. The pond is a disaster. I think this morning is just going to be cleanup. Some of the cages over my flowers are honestly not bad for as bad as the wind was. Ooh. That's not good at all. I don't know if that branch will live. Trees up front here, and normally the wind came straight from the east here up the road, and normally there used to be two big trees here that would kind of block it up, but they were dying, so we took them out this year. And these guys aren't quite big enough to block the wind. So we got this one that was blocking and that one, and that's about it. The roses look like they made it though, so that's good. Oh my goodness. So much. Yeah, set my coffee down someplace. Look at the peppers here. The peppers got leaned over. You can definitely tell the direction the wind came from and hit stuff because it just kind of laid everything that way. Looks like we might be able to pick him up. Move a cage or two to give him some support and he'll stand back up, hopefully. The wind was bad last night. I know Alex. Oh shoot. I set the sprinkler and I forgot it was there. Walk behind the sprinkler. I do know we've lost at least part of a pivot. But otherwise, the corn might have some damage. The wheat, amazingly, that was left. We have about 15 acres of wheat left to pick. That's ready. It looks like it did okay. Tomatoes seem to have fared just fine. So that's good. Lost a few tomatoes. Other than that, those look good. Our tomato vines are absolutely loaded with tomatoes, so I am glad they came through okay. Cucumber vine looks fine. I'll check in the garden here. This is actually, the garden itself is fairly protected, so looks like it came through just fine. No major branches down on the netting either to make tears, so yay for that. Go walk around back and see the damage is that way. The garden actually fared really, really well, but it is kind of tucked in here back behind the windbreak. We've got lots of branches down. Oh. Take a shortcut through to see. I'm hoping. So this is going to be a part of our orchard that we're starting, and I'm hoping that it didn't just create a wind tunnel through here, and everything fared okay, but looks like we got branches down in here too. Lots of branches down. These are actually walnut trees that are, I don't know, 40 years old, but looks like everything else did okay. We got branches down. Oop, got a branch on this bush. But cherries are doing fine. There's supposed to be flowers in here someplace, but I don't even know where they're at now. Zucchini kind of got flattened. That's okay though. Oh, we got raspberries. There's a few raspberries here. Ah, man. I dropped him. Tissue. Again, branches down everywhere. It does look like it kind of wind tunneled through here, just the way everything is laying flattened. The zucchini got bent over. Back here actually looks fairly okay, but from the direction the wind came, hey kitty, this would have been sheltered by the windbreak. So pumpkins still look good. The trees look like they're doing fine. Our elderberries made it, which is good. Only wet. That one doesn't have a shut off. I need to do some weeding back here, obviously, but otherwise just leaf wind damage. So that's good. That is a very good thing. I was a little concerned. We got some branches in the back here from the front. A couple of the kids' toys, looks like. Some lawn chairs flipped. But that's it in the back. So looks like there's a whole bunch of leaves and debris on top of the roof of the house that we'll have to get off at some point. Honestly, most of the toys though stayed. Some bird lost their nest. My son's boots are still out here. Grab my coffee. Walk down and see what the animals look like. Make sure I don't lose a fence. I need to go find horses. It would not be the first time that they've escaped. Oh, forgot my bug spray this morning. Mosquitoes are nasty. Alright. Our ducks. They look like they came through here fine. They're all doing good, looks like. Hey, maybe? Yep, okay. Just making sure. You have me concerned. Tom must be in the coop. Yeah, girls, are you ready for to eat? That's amazing. That hut is actually still there. It was as bad as the wind was. Looks like I lost stuff off the cat house. The mailbox that was sitting there is now there. Looks like I lost a piece of tin. There it is, laying there. And really its only function is to protect the power cords, so. Hay looks like it got blown everywhere. But that looks to be about it. Oh, cats lost their dishes. This also belongs over by the tack room. How are you guys? Did you guys make it last night? Yeah, looks like I lost a poop scoop. That was in that bucket. But other than that, looks like we actually fared fairly well with all the wind. I don't see a rushing path through the field out back, which means the rain didn't come hard enough to actually wash the ditches. So when it rains really, really hard here, the water actually runs down the ditch through about right there. Right about there, you can kind of see where the weeds are taller. Through the horse pasture, and there's a drain actually into the field about where my finger goes. And when it rains really, really hard, that'll actually wash all of that flat. So, under the horse fence. Looks like the fence is still intact though, so I'd say we got pretty lucky. Yeah. I'd say we did good for as windy as it was. We never did lose power, which is great. They lost power in town, part of town anyway. We got apples down. More apples. More pears over here are down. But beyond that, I think we did good. So hopefully any of you who had storms last night fared well. I've seen some pretty nasty pictures of corn completely demolished. And just obliterated. So I'd say we were pretty lucky with what we got. So, yay. I'll talk to you all later and stay safe as you go about cleanup.